Welcome to this English listening story. This is the story of a small cafe, a quiet man, and how a corner of the city can change lives. Let's begin. In the middle of a busy city, at the corner of 5th and Maple Street, stood a small cafe. It wasn't famous. It didn't serve the best coffee in town. But it had something special. Something warm, something peaceful. The cafe was called Corner Light. People came there not only for coffee but also for the quiet music, the old books on the shelves, and the way the sunlight entered through the front window every morning. The cafe had one owner. His name was Eli. Eli was 47 years old. He had owned the cafe for 20 years. He didn't talk much. He wore old sweaters and always smelled a little like cinnamon. Eli opened the cafe every morning at 6:30 a.m., swept the floor, turned on the lights, and played soft jazz. He made coffee, baked muffins, and sometimes added notes inside the muffin paper. Messages like, "You are enough. Today is not yesterday. One cup of courage, please." People smiled when they found the notes. Eli never said they were from him, but people knew. One Monday, a young woman walked in. She had red glasses, a tired face, and a backpack full of papers. She ordered a black coffee, sat near the window, and stared at her laptop for 2 hours. She didn't write. She just stared. Eli walked over and placed a napkin on her table. It said, "Maybe you just need one good sentence." She looked up, surprised. She smiled. Then she typed. She came back the next day. And the next. Her name was Julia. She was writing her first novel. And now, she was writing it in Corner Light. Another day, an older man entered. He looked nervous. His hands shook as he ordered tea. He sat in the corner, alone. Every few minutes, he checked the door. Finally, a woman walked in. She looked around and sat across from him. They talked slowly, carefully, like people trying something again. They stayed for 3 hours. Then they hugged. Then they left together. Eli smiled. He knew what that was. It was forgiveness. Time passed. A boy with a guitar began coming every Thursday at 4 p.m. He played soft songs near the bookshelf. Eli didn't ask him to stop. People loved it. A woman brought her dog. The dog always sat near the counter and looked at the cookies. Eli gave it one every time. A student group met there on Saturdays. They laughed loudly. Eli never complained. The cafe was full of moments. Quiet, small, magical moments. But not everything was easy. One winter, the city changed the traffic pattern. Fewer people passed the cafe. Business slowed. Some days, only 2 or 3 people came in. Eli kept working. He didn't cut corners. He still made the muffins. Still cleaned the windows. Then one day, he received a letter. It was from the building owner. Rent was going up. A lot. Eli read the letter slowly. He closed the cafe early that night. He sat in the back room, looked at the shelves, the photos, the coffee cups. He felt something heavy in his chest. He didn't want to give up. But he didn't see a way. The next morning, the cafe was closed. A note on the door said, "Closed for repairs." But there were no repairs. Eli stayed home. For 3 days, he didn't go outside. He didn't bake. He didn't write muffin notes. On the 4th day, someone knocked on his door. It was Julia, the writer. Behind her were 5 other people. The guitarist, the man from the forgiveness meeting, the student leader, the woman with the dog, and the tea couple. We're not here for coffee, Julia said. We're here for corner light. They sat in Eli's living room. They made tea. They talked. Julia said, "Your cafe is more than a cafe. It's where people breathe." The guitarist said, "I play better there than anywhere." The man said, "I got my second chance there." The woman with the dog gave Eli an envelope. Inside was money, a small donation. "We all gave what we could," she said. "And we'll keep giving." Eli didn't speak. He couldn't. His eyes filled with tears. The next day, the note on the cafe door changed. It said, "Opening tomorrow. Because some places are worth saving." Word spread. On that Saturday morning, the cafe was full. People came from all over the city. They brought stories. And they brought muffins. One wall of the cafe was now full of sticky notes. Messages left by customers. "I met my best friend here. This cafe made me believe in love again. The muffins saved my Monday. Thank you, Eli." Eli returned to his routine. He still wore old sweaters. He still didn't talk much. But now he smiled more. He knew now that a small corner cafe, with quiet jazz and simple coffee, could change lives. Not with big things. But with warmth. With time. With a little light. So, the next time you walk by a small cafe on the corner, maybe step inside. Maybe order tea. Maybe write one good sentence. And maybe you'll find your own corner light. Thanks for listening. See you in the next story.